Okay, USC is playing a very dangerous game right now. I don't know what's been going on with USC, but they have targeted Georgia as being the state that they want to now start taking over. The great state of Georgia is home to some of the most talented high school recruits in all of high school football. And it looks like USC's trying to plant their flag there. I mean, at one point, USC literally had 2 5-star recruits from the state of Georgia in 5-star defensive lineman Justice Terry and 5-star edge rusher Isaiah Gibson, both committed to USC. Now, they both decommitted, and Isaiah Gibson's committed to Georgia, and it looks like Justice Terry's about to do the same. But still, not to mention that USC has the #1 quarterback in the state of Georgia in Julian Lewis committed to them. But now USC has landed 2 more players from the state of Georgia that are gonna make an immediate impact for the Trojans. Let me introduce you guys to 4-star linebacker in the class of 2025 and Jaden Perlotte coming out of Buford High School in Buford, Georgia, and 5-star linebacker and the #1 linebacker in the class of 2026 and Xavier Griffin coming out of Gainesville High School in Gainesville, Georgia. Now, Jaden Perlotte was actually a former Georgia commit, ended up decommitting and committing to USC of all teams. Normally when players decommit from Georgia, they go to Alabama or they go to Auburn or they go to Tennessee or another team in the SEC, not flipping and going to USC, who's just now going to be in the Big Ten. Don't get me wrong, I literally pray so much that USC is able to start dominating recruiting in Georgia. But let's just keep it a buck. That's just not happening. Like, there's just way too much competition for the state of Georgia. I mean, between just Georgia alone, you got Alabama, you got Auburn, you got Tennessee, you got Texas now. Like, there's way too much talent. There's way too many schools trying to get the talent in Georgia. But if there's just a small chance that USC is able to do it, my God, would it help USC so much on the defensive side of the ball. So I pray that we're able to actually keep these guys all the way through signing day. We'll see, but for right now, we're gonna take a look at USC's 2 latest linebacker pickups that they're bringing in from the great state of Georgia. Let's see what they're looking like on the field. Hopefully they're able to help USC's struggling defense. All my Trojan fans, leave this video a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn your notifications. With that being said, sit back, relax. Let's jump straight into the highlights. 3, 2, 1. Starting it off, I want to take a look at this class of 2026 linebacker Xavier Griffin. This kid is 6'4", 210 pounds. Like, that is like, I love these sized linebackers, these taller, lankier linebackers, because it just feels like they're able to cover so much more ground. And for him to be the #1 linebacker in the state of, just in the entire class, not even just in the state of Georgia, I hope that we're actually able to keep it. Way to use your speed. Going up against a significantly taller offensive tackle, he just bends around him and just abuses his speed. That was phenomenal right there. See, again, these taller, lanky linebackers are just able to move around the field so much quicker than most of these other linebackers. Are you going? Great speed. This kid has got some phenomenal speed to cover some ground. I love the suddenness of his game. He's very, very twitchy. I feel like that's what you really need to be if you are going to be using more speed as a edge rusher, linebacker. You need to be able to be twitchy, because offensive linemen, like, if they just get a hand, way to blow. Hold on a second. He just said, "Come here, little boy." Absolutely destroyed him right there. Hey, if you're going to be a linebacker going up against a guy who's 3 inches taller than you and got up close to 100 pounds on you, you need to be twitchy. You need to not let him even get a hand on you, and that's the quickest way to do that. I like what I'm seeing from this kid's game. Like, Xavier Griffin, this kid is cold out here. There you go. This is a phenomenal job. I don't see many. Literally, this is I'm not gonna say it's like an advanced technique. It's just something that you don't see usually from younger linebackers. Look at how he's playing. He's playing quarterback spy, but he's not standing still. He's constantly moving towards the line of scrimmage, closing the gap, making the quarterback to make a decision. A lot of linebackers, they unfortunately let the plays come to them. The best linebackers, the linebackers that get recruited the highest, are ones that go to the ball. They close gaps because because the difference between a 1 yard loss and a 5 yard gain is simply just where you're meeting the ball carrier at. Phenomenal. Wait, just great open field tackle right there. Yeah, Xavier Griffin, this kid is going to be a monster for USC. Yeah, you literally just throwing him on a spy is so broken. Like, you just give him any chance, he's going to come out there and just absolutely take the quarterback's head off. Closing, where are you going? And next up, let's take a look at Jaden Perlotte. This kid is a 6'2.5", 205-pound 4-star linebacker. Now, he has fallen a little bit in the rankings. He was a 5-star recruit for most of his underclassmen recruiting. Slipped a little bit to more of a mid to high tier 4-star prospect, but he's still got the juice. I mean, this kid is I would love to have him actually fully commit and sign with the USC Trojans. This is a guy that I really see being a game changer for the Trojans. I mean, USC, we need guys like this. We need guys that are willing to fly around, can make open field tackles consistently, not just making open field tackles, but being able to make them consistently. A guy... Somebody who's willing to just absolutely run through the face mask of somebody. He says, "Come here, little boy. Where you go?" It's bop. Oh my gosh. Absolutely just decleated him. I mean, just look at the pace that he's playing at. He is absolutely flying out there. Yeah, a guy like Jaden Perlotte, this is a guy I think that he's just going to do so great for the Trojans. I don't really see many weaknesses in his game. I mean, he plays so fast. The only thing I could really see is you don't get a lot of tape of him covering in space. But going to the Big Ten, these are the types of players that we need. You know, I feel like USC, this is where we would always struggle. We would build these teams for Pac-12 offenses. We would get all the corner recruits, all the safety recruits. We would never get any defensive linemen. We would never get any linebackers because most teams, you know, they lean more heavily on the pass. But when they go up against USC, they almost exclusively go to the run. I mean, USC gave up, 200 yards rushing in 8 of their games? 7 or 8 of their games. And then they gave up 100 yards rushing in all but 1 or 2? Or no, they gave up 150 yards rushing, and like USC just has a very bad run defense problem. Bringing in guys like this are gonna help because the Big Ten is primarily a running conference, so we're gonna need big defensive linemen, fast linebackers, guys who can close on open space. And I think that guys like Jaden Perlotte and Xavier Griffin are going to give us that edge that we need. This is just bully ball right here. Look at him just stick his hand in this guy's shoulder or in his chest and just throws him off of him and goes and gets a safety. Like, that's beautiful. That's just beautiful play right there. We really need to land both of these guys, not just getting them as commits. I feel like that's what USC's done a little bit these past couple of years, where we get these top tier game-changing recruits to commit. And then they just end up decommitting and going to the schools that we all thought that they should have gone to in the first place. What happened to the days where committing to USC was the equivalent to committing to an Alabama, to committing to a Georgia, where it was like, man, this is my #1 pick. I'll go from Florida to freaking Nebraska to New Hampshire, whatever school. If you got a USC offer, that used to mean something. That used to mean that you were a top tier recruit. Now it just feels like only the kids who grew up in California and they only really dreamed of ever going to USC. They're 3-star recruits, low-end 4-star recruits, which don't get me wrong, still extremely talented recruits. But USC used to be pulling in top 3 recruiting classes year in and year out back in their heyday. Bringing in players from the state of Georgia is how you get back up to there. So I'm just saying, we need to reestablish dominance over the state of California, and then start pulling players from the SEC or SEC country. That's where USC is going to start thriving. But I want to hear from all my Trojan fans. Comment your thoughts down below on both of these guys. I think I'm definitely more excited about Xavier Griffin. I mean, there's just so much more upside in his game, but it's not a whole lot more. Jaden Perlotte is the real deal at linebacker. I just want to see him being able to cover in space a little bit more. But other than that, I think that both of these guys are going to be absolute home run hitters for the USC Trojans. Leave this video a like, comment your thoughts down below, and hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications. I love and appreciate each and every single last one of y'all for making it to this point of the video. You know what we told you today? You are absolutely amazing, and I love you. We don't all hear it enough, especially, you know, we got a lot of guys on the channel. I just want to let you know that, you know, I got love for you as a brother. You know that you got somebody out there that's praying for you. You got somebody out there that, you know, actually cares that you're having a good day. Know that you make a positive impact in people's lives. Know that you bring happiness to more people than you will ever realize. Honestly, sometimes you just showing up consistently in somebody's life is exactly the thing that they need, and you would have never even known it. But if that's you that also needs that, know that you can always call upon Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is there for absolutely every single last one of us. There's no prerequisites to pray to Jesus. There's no, oh, I need to say this magical words. Literally just open up your heart, have a heart-to-heart with Jesus, and just see what letting Jesus into your life will do for you. Love and appreciate all y'all. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Ciao.